Okay. Apologies. Okay, that's the thumbnail. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Happy holidays for all of you who are celebrating. Can't find a holiday suit, so this is like the second closest thing. Um, so happy holidays. I'm gonna be watching a movie today. Um, so this is like an early Christmas present for all of you. Um, since this is Christmas, I would have watched Tokyo Godfathers by Satoshi Kon, but I've already seen that movie, so I figured, what's the second best thing? It's not really a Christmas or a holiday movie at all, but it is something that I really want to watch for a long time ever since it was released, and that is, of course, Pompo the Cinéphile. You saw the book that I was holding there before. Um, Look, if you're somebody who wants to learn film and you want to get started in the world of cinema, I think this is like a pretty good introductory book. Um, I would not recommend this if you are trying to write for an academic paper for university, because there's like way more better books out there that dives deeper into some of the subject matter. This is just for if you are somebody who wants to get into film and you want to learn more about film. Like, literally, if you are a dummy in film and you don't know much about films, I think this is like a pretty good like level 1 introduction to the world of film and cinema. So there's that recommendation from me. Like, you're not gonna get much from it, but you will learn a lot more if you are somebody who doesn't know if you don't know jack shit about film, because it tackles like the history of film and whatever, and like some trivia and whatever. It's basically mostly like a trivial book. So yeah, there you go. Again, if you're a university student, I'm pretty sure you have learned a lot more than what this book can offer. But if you're not, if you're somebody who is a casual, if you're somebody who just loves watching film, and you just want to learn more about it, and you don't have the time to find something that is reputable online, then that's like my own personal recommendation. It's not the best, but it is, again, a good starting point for all of you. Anyways, Pompo the Cinephile. Yeah, it is a film about film, and I love films about films. There's a lot lately that has been released, especially this year in 2022. Like, we have The Fablemans by Steven Spielberg, and soon we're gonna get like Babylon from Damien Chazelle. There's a few others that came before it, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Tarantino, and there's obviously like way more classics from like the actual golden age of cinema that I haven't actually watched. But there are a few that I do know of. So, Pompo the Cinephile is a movie that I'm really excited because I want to see like what the film is going to tackle and what the film is going to explore. The only thing I know about the film is, of course, there is a character named Pompo, and this character is a cinephile. And the poster has like this little kid or whatever. Maybe it's a kid, I don't know, but I'm guessing that is a kid, and I'm guessing that is Pompo because she is like center frame of everything. I don't know. I don't know jack shit about this film. But I do know that it is based on a manga that was circulating online, I think. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Of course, this is gonna be my first ever movie reaction on the channel. I don't know how this is gonna go. Obviously, it's gonna be like very heavy on the copyright stuff. So, gonna be a timer-based version on YouTube. If you have a copy of Pompo the Cinephile, all you have to do is just sync up your copy with the timer on YouTube. But I am also giving you like a full uncut, unedited picture-in-picture version in the description below, as long as you can tolerate shitty quality. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I will be discussing the film after the reaction is over. And if you do enjoy what you see and you want to see more, hit the like, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments like what you want to see more of, especially films, because I haven't actually like reacted to any films in the channel before. So if you want to see more of this, let me know. Anyways, let's jump into Pompo the Cinephile. Kadokawa? Well, there goes any There goes my chances of copyright on YouTube. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good intro. Not gonna lie. An actor. Nope, dude, you need some sleep. Time. Flashback. Whoa. There's that girl in the back. Nice. A parody of the Oscars. Yeah, that's the Dolby Theater. Ooh. New Hollywood. Jodie Pompo. Oh, she's the producer. I love this opening musical that we're starting. Hollywood Walk of Fame. Michael Nyax. Jodie Peterson. Wow. Remember when the Oscars used to do this? Like actually have musical numbers in the beginning? That was a good intro. Transitioning to this, it was actually a film. Peterson Film Studios. Gene. Camera planning. Ah, dolly and crane shots. Yeah, aspiring filmmaker. There she is. How old is Pompo, by the way? The director has that otaku look. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shooting at 21:9. Hmm. That's a good transition there. Uncomplicated B movies. I love this editing. Guns Akimbo, Zombie Bazaar. Across the Eighth Dimension. Mm-hmm. Wow, the contrast between these two characters already. Wow, that's great. But that's not really there, but we're just visualizing it. Mm-hmm. True. Because not everyone's um taste in comedy is the same, right? Deciding the fate of young people. Jesus. That's Hollywood for you. I love that. The way he's moving. Dude needs some sleep. Jesus. Whoa. Oh, that is so sick. His eyes is the lens of the camera, and he's seeing his own film that he wants to make, right? Imagining it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I love the transitions. It's so good. Like the way the text move in and move out and stuff like that. Giving me Satoshi Kon vibes. Hmm. Whoa, okay. The way it's like one continuous shot. Wow. What? So Pompo's films are basically like the asylum, like the people who made Sharknado, like trash B movies that people can genuinely like. Hmm. Hmm. Deciding the fate of young people. That's magical gold transformation. That's so cool. The squeaky sounds of her boots when she was walking. Right. Right. Obviously. Oh. Don't lie to yourself, Gene. Right, right, right. She chose you for a reason for the job that you have right now. Oh, she's gonna see it. She's gonna see the book. Read it, read it. It's a start. It's a start. All of those awards. There's a Blu-ray over there. Ah, classic American comics. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the art of making trailers. You need to choose the right scenes. Can't make out what movie that was in there. Nice fucking setup, dude. I mean, it's not really your setup, is it? Or maybe it is. Oh, I love the way they're. Oh, this is great. What was that a reference of? That's definitely a reference to something. Like the way he was moving. I recognize it from somewhere. I love this music playing in the back. But you can definitely tell the animators are having a lot of fun here. I love the visualization of cutting the. Relatable. Relatable. That is such a cool shot. The way that he, yeah. Now we're gonna see it. It's oh shit. Okay. Okay. Misleading the audience. That's fine. That's fine. It's not bad. There we go. She seems happy. Oh, I love these transitions, dude. It's so good. The Apple logo is it's a cat. That is cute. That he did. What makes a great movie? And that. So why me? Your passion? Oh, interesting. Creation requires something that you have not created yet. Obviously, someone who has not achieved anything has the potential to reach something new. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, untapped creative potential. Social misfit. Eyes? The way they animated Pompo is so lively and like bubbly. Almost feels cartoonish in a good way. Like usually anime is a lot stiff with their animation. True. Wow. Wow. Cinema Paradiso. That's a classic film. About film. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. I just watched Avatar like 2 days ago. That shit was like 3 hours long. And he's studying it in the back as well. Hmm. Right. She's not here. Meister? Read it. Love the editing of the film. Transition, transition, time, time, time. Stark contrast. Yeah. basically the emotional climax of the film, where conflict has been restored, right? Solved, not resolved. Solved. Who are you? Oh, is that the girl from before? He immediately sees her as Lily. That's great. Wow. Mm-hmm. Again, the squeaky boot sounds. That animation was great. No, hold on. Yeah, roll back, rewind a bit. Where did this came from? Okay, all the way from here. That transition was godly. Definitely Satoshi Kon vibes. The parallels to Jean. Don't tell me Jean is like below her, like living below her. They're focusing on that dude on the left. Right. Sorry. She's so stiff and awkward. I love her. Again with the oh. They nailed that emotional animation on her face. These transitions, man. It's so Satoshi Kon. I love it. All seven? Yikes. None? Oh, one is a fortnight. Okay. But Music swelling up. Dreams come true. Why is this film so uplifting? I love it. And the moon shines back. I must touch her. Staying fit? Hi, hi, hi. You got that right. Mistia. Cut, 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 cut. That's great. That's great. Love that small detail of her having to move her hair in order to eat. That is true. I hope so too. You can definitely hear like she's trying to change her tone there when she was reading the script. Every time. She's so small. This workout music. Room's all cleaned up. I need to know who's editing this film. It's so good. Changing her hairstyle. Yeah, to what we've seen in the present, right? With the short hair. Yeah. These two goofballs, I love it. First time actress and first time director as well. Mistia's outfit, hey yo. This film has a lot of energy. I love it. Youthful energy, I would say. Energy of people who are starting to. Got it wrong again. Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Hmm. True. Pompo in the back, focusing on her. Oh wow, that great cut. Hmm. Nice shot. No, don't think about that. Running from reality. Yeah. Film as a means to escape reality. Escapism. Wow. Same movie that Pompo was watching. Dreams. Dreams, dreams, dreams. Not really, but Gene is shy to say, his true feelings, so he's hiding it with the fact that Pompo is the one who said it. Even though it's from, yeah, sitting next to Martin. Yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude that we saw. Alan? Pills? Yes, you do. Mmm. I like that. I like that. He can't see the beauty yet. It depends on the on the veteran, right? It's the on-screen charisma. Love that. Whoa. Love the use of the of the shadow of the trees to. Yeah, of course. Lighting is like everything, especially when you're shooting like outside in an exterior and you're using like natural light. Like you need to find like the perfect time and place and weather. What are you thinking, Gene? Hide the number of the. Oh, that is such a moody shot. I love it. Oh wow. Clever. It's not really about Pompo, is it? It's about Gene. Or utilize the rain. Yeah. Yeah, improvise. Full creative control. Gene is slowly becoming like a film auteur. Man, the water animation is so good. And the sound design, I haven't talked about the sound design yet. It's really good. A lot of suggestions, but how does Gene think about it? He's going for it. Oh wow, look at that animation of her. The classical music is perfect for this scene. I kind of want to watch this film as well. I want to watch Gene's like final film. There's the rainbow. Wow. Oh, would you look at that? Oh wow, yeah, the 21:9 CinemaScope aspect ratio is like perfect for all of those landscapes, all those wide shots. Whoa, that was such a good. That hits. That hits. Nah, you got this, Gene. You got this. Oh, she's going for that Best Picture award. It does feel like Oscar bait. Where are we? Again with the pills. Shooting a film? But who is that? Who are you? Seeing him again? Yeah. Like I have a bad feeling about him, but I don't know yet. No. That was him? No, no! No, that is him. Oh, love that. Using the reflections. I mean, I'm surprised that he remembered it. Banker. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some people and some friends who are like Alan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Choose the future with the crossroads, railroads in the back. The difference between somebody who is always chasing their dreams, even if it is hard to reach in Gene, and someone who is just like going with the flow, like Alan. Alan seems way more successful than Gene, but he's not as happy. That's interesting. Your eyes sparkle now, even though that's like the polar opposite of what Pompo said. Beethoven, and I guess a bunch of other people. Final day of filming, I guess. Wow. Aw. Why are you alone, Gene? He's thinking about like editing and everything, yeah. Yeah, usually you have your own editor. But if Gene is the one who's editing it, then, full creative control. Interesting. E- Editing is subjective. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Editing is a lot of fun. I will admit. It's tiresome, but once you get into that groove, it's a lot of fun. I love the shot composition of that scene. Water bottle, light in the back. Definitely using the rule of thirds. I love the way we're seeing this. Hmm. I don't entirely agree with Gene's take on cutting on hard cutting it straight to them in the room, but he's the director, I'll allow it. Oh. What was that? Oh, dude. See, this is the part where you get overly, yeah. You just cannot be satisfied. Wow, the film script is also paralleling with what Gene is doing, right? It's not good enough. 128, 90 minutes. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Time is a ticking. Wow. Love how they're really paralleling between the actual film and Gene's current mind right now. Yeah. 127. Wow. Stop it, Gene. You're not gonna satisfy yourself. Yeah, look at that. That match cut of him. Without movies, I'm nothing. What makes a great movie? Is he gonna ask that again? Whoa, that's a lot of film reels. You just walked into like the history of film. Wow, look at this. Very old school. Wow, the difference between editing modern day with like modern software and editing like very, very old film like this. Yeah. Wow. Donuts again? Hmm. Because Pompo's in Australia. And of course he doesn't want to call her. Wow. Wow. Whose movie is it? Is it the audience's movie or is it your movie, Gene? Remember what he said, don't please everyone. Two, four. Wow. Love that. So good. That sequence was amazing. And he starts to see the beauty. Homeboy's here, yep. Got a bit teary eyed. Ooh. Oh, God. No, no, hear him out. Yeah, budget's gonna. Yeah. Reassemble the crew, reassemble the more budget. It's. Mm-hmm. The producers. The producers. Yep. She did. Assert yourself. This is the scene that he wanted to reshoot. The original scene. She's gonna say yes. Yeah. It's a tough decision, but yeah. If you trust the director, then you would grant him what he wanted. Yeah. To the bank again. Alan? Oh yeah, of course. Holy shit. They need money. Yeah, yeah. This is how they're gonna connect Alan with everything? Yeah, Gene, director, yeah. No, he's gonna accept it because of Gene. Hmm. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, she's in the zone. She is in the zone. That was fast. but I haven't. Yeah. The world of dream and madness. There was a documentary about Studio Ghibli that's called The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. Oh yeah, he's again with the transitions. I'm not even gonna comment on it anymore. Like it's great. That was what we shot in the beginning of the film. Yeah, there she is. Why am I getting teary eyed? Damn it! Fuck this movie. She's watching her own movie as well. Wow. That's great. How is the bank like the entity that saves everything here in this film? Usually it's the other way around. Uh, I have the receipts. Let's go. No way. Literally blackmails the bank. Oh, that's so great. Oh, that's great. A film created by somebody who loves film being funded by people who loves film as well. That's beautiful. Yeah, you can't back down now. You're gonna look like a fucking ass. Ah, no profit in dreams. Well, that's a lie. Ah, 10 times? 10 times? Oh my god, lol. Great job, Alan. This is such a feel good movie. I love it. Ah, Mistia? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah, yeah. hard at work at editing. Yikes. A lot. 3 days! Oh, yay. A lot. That's still a lot. Actually hospitalized. Uh, so who's gonna finish editing the film? She's gone. He's gone. Gene. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Sometimes you gotta make do. Wow. I like that. Wow, this cut is amazing. Like actually, like this animation sequence. On a scene that you cannot cut. Yeah. This was something that you yeah. It's a struggle that a lot of filmmakers have, right? Like you hear stories of people having like again like 9 hours of footage and they have to cut it down to like 2 hours. Like there's a lot of stuff that they need to cut for time and narrative reasons. And tying it with like actual real life scenarios where you have to get rid of or cut something in your life because it's the right thing to do. It is tough. Pompo's watching. This is like the final scene of his movie, right? His wife and daughter. She's happy because he's finally making music that sounds good again. Yeah. It's the power of how film can manage to touch people and make them remember stuff that they would probably forgot. Directed by Gene Feeney. Wow, exactly 90 minutes. Exactly 90 minutes the film ends. Wow. Wow. So when can I see Meister? Gene, when are you gonna really release that? The fucking anteater. Yeah, this was a great film. I loved it. Aw, showing the award to her grandmother. Martin's having fun. With the bankers. Uh, oh, this is so cool. We're seeing like outtakes from like from this movie. And he's making his next film already? Great. Written by Gene as well. Peterson Films. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, that was great. That was great. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Um, I think one thing that I wasn't expecting is like how much this film is going to explore film in general, right? Because it is a film about film, but I don't know like which side is the film going to focus on. Because there's a lot of times there's films about Hollywood that is tackling like one section of its history. There's other parts that are tackling like, you know, like the darker stuff. Some are let's say over dramatizing things to make it seem more magical and whimsical. This film kind of tackles a lot of those, but in a very colorful and almost wholesome and family-friendly way, if I'm being honest, right? I mean, there's a lot of like poking fun of Hollywood, especially like the darker side of things. Like I remember when they were talking about like, oh, we're gonna have another child actor, actress, and we're gonna basically control their lives. But it's one aspect that I think Pompo the Cinéphile, and also by the way, the film is called Pompo the Cinéphile, but Gene is the main character, right? Pompo is just there in the background, just pushing Gene to further, you know, his final dream, right, of becoming a filmmaker. But that's what I want to say. Pompo the Cinéphile is about Gene and his role as a director, right? And it's the difficult decisions that a director will make when it comes to like the process of creating these films. And it's like one of those things that I feel like some people don't really have that huge grasp on, because a lot of times when a film came out the way it does, and you either like or dislike the film, then you're always gonna point your fingers at the director, right? You're always gonna go, if it's good, then you're gonna praise the director. If it's bad, then you're gonna blame the director, right? It's usually always the director. But oftentimes, a lot of people just don't know like the behind the scene process of making these films, and like the burden of a director, right? It's pretty big burden, right? Because you know that if something happens, they're gonna blame you. And I think one aspect that this film has explored that I haven't seen a lot in other films, if there are, let me know. But it's the difficulties of when a director has to sacrifice things in his film, right? When it comes to Gene, it becomes a lot more. There's a lot more weight to it since we are seeing his journey, right? We're from like the start of the film, you can see like, oh, Gene is like very aspiring. He wants to make this film. Like you can see like the passion within his eyes, even though he thinks that there is no passion. No, well, no, not him, but Pompo. Pompo sees that there is like barely any sparks, sparkling in his eyes or whatever, right? Basically an empty slate. He hasn't like explored his abilities yet, and that makes him like a perfect like blank canvas to basically adventure and explore and see like what he can become. And he has seen like what he can be, what he can become, right? What his potential is. And not just him, but like everybody else is seeing it, right? Like, whoa, this Gene person, right? He knows his stuff. He is definitely a fan of film, right? He loves film, and he wants to make film. And it is clear that the film that he is making, from the way he is directing it, is coming from a place of passion. And it is also something that I am seeing from this film itself, right? This is a film that I can see that has been created, animated, directed by people who are passionate about films. But it's also that passion that can become your greatest enemy. Why? Because when all of it is said and done, you go to the editing floor. And that's when it becomes tough. it's great because the film does a fantastic job at like portraying what it feels like when you were happy with your editing in the beginning of the film, right? The first beginning process of it, right? When he was like editing the trailer and he was like doing it on its own. It's like 30 minutes, no, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds, right? And he was like so happy about it. He was having fun. It is exactly what he like was passionate for. And then you contrast that with what is happening at the end of the film, where he has like 70 hours of footage and he needs to trim it down to 90 minutes. And he has to delete and cut a lot of really good shots that he personally enjoy and love directing, right? And because we are seeing that process, right, when they were going to the Alps and when we were like seeing Gene going like, no, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. And then of course, when it was raining and Gene was like, I want to shoot a scene during the rain right now. It just came up on my head. I just imagined it. I think it's gonna be great. We need to do it. I have to see it to believe it. Come on, let's get the crew up. Let's shoot the film. Let's shoot it right now. And then they shot it, and then it was like even I felt like it was a beautiful scene. Like it is a great scene, right? With Martin's character and whatever, right? Having fun, falling and playing with the mud and whatever. Like it's a very, very beautiful scene. And even like during like their first ever shot ever of the film, like their first ever shot, right, of them coming in to the Alps, like that was eventually cut at the end of this movie, right, at the end of this journey where he has to cut it. And you can even see like he was hesitating because like, this is a really good shot, this is a really good scene, I work so much in it. But sometimes it just does not fit the final story, right? And that's like the biggest hurdle that an editor and a director should face, especially a director, considering Gene is also the one that is editing the film, right? Usually you have somebody else edit the film, and that's why you have an editor. Because if you are the director and you're editing the film, then of course you don't want to get rid of all of those scenes that you have made. Like that's a tough decision, right? You have to sacrifice things. And I'm glad that this film focuses on that towards the very end, because I don't think it would be as impactful if we did not see the entire process in the beginning of the film. So it's an experience that I have felt before, right? I was helping a lot of my friends when they were making their short film for university, right? They were creating and shooting their film. They asked me like, what do you think about this script, right? As an outsider, right? Because they wanted to see like what someone who would potentially be an audience would feel. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Like there's some things here and there that I might change, but that's my own opinion, whatever. And they do what they want to do. But it's this moment when hanging out with the people creating the film, right, and hanging out with like the shooting process and whatever, and they were brainstorming everything, and they were like writing like the scripts, and like maybe this can be great, maybe that can be good, and like we should shoot a scene in this and there, right? But then they go to like our other friend who is acting as producer, right, and he was like, I don't like this. And we were just like, what? Why? Like we spent days brainstorming this, and then he just straight up says, I don't think it's good. And it is right there where I realize, and I guess a lot of us realize as well, is that there is a very different like view of when you're the one working on it, and then you're presenting it to someone who has no emotional connection to that work at all, right? Meaning the final general audience, right? Think of it that way, right? Even when I was being brought into this project, and I was just acting as like advisor, not really advisor, but more like acting as like giving my own opinion and maybe helping out a few things here and there. Like I'm still acting as, you know, somebody who is technically working on this project, right? So I know and I have seen the process behind it. But regardless of like the final product, you show it to somebody who has no idea the process behind that thing, and if they hate it and if they don't like it, then they're just gonna say they hate it and they don't like it. And it's gonna hurt us a lot because like shit, we just spent days, weeks planning this, we put all of our passion behind it, and then they don't like it. It's a really tough decision, right? Because at that moment you realize, no, shit, the audience don't like it. What are we supposed to do? Do we have to reorganize and recreate everything again? That's kind of the feeling that I got with this film. Even though by the end of the film, Gene was asked like, who are you making this film? Are you making it for your audience or are you making it for yourself? And while I do find that the message of the film really, really like, you know, it's a really wholesome message and it's really like great in terms of like building your own confidence that yeah, I'm making this film for myself, for my older self, because I know that that older self of me would definitely like this film and that is like really, really great. But in the film industry, you also have to, you know, you also have to realize that you need to accommodate to general audiences. But I thought that the actual message of the film about like, because this is ultimately Gene's story. This is ultimately Gene's development and character piece, right? So it makes sense for the film's narrative, for the final moment of the film to be focusing for Gene. But it's also clever of the film to also make it clear that although Gene is making this film for his past self, because he thinks that his past self would enjoy and love this film, he also makes it clear that a film also needs a character that can resonate with other people, right? For Gene, this film resonated with himself. But that doesn't mean that it only resonated with himself. Obviously, it resonated with me, and obviously it resonated with a lot of people in this film as well, right? Even Pompo herself was like, yeah, shit, that was a really great film. And it won like a couple of Academy Awards, which is like, great. What did I tell you? Oscar bait movie. But yeah, in terms of like that message and whatever, I think that the film does a pretty fantastic and a pretty good job. Animation wise, this film is gorgeous. I don't know if I can actually show most of the shots in this film because of Katakawa and copyright or whatever. I'll try to pick a few shots. There was this shot in the beginning, right? Where, yeah, this shot right here. It's the shot of when we zoom in on Gene's eyes and his pupils fade transitions into a camera lens, and then we zoom in on the camera lens and then we see Natalie. And as this happens, we just kind of see like all of the filmmaking techniques in like the final post-processing effect of like boom, 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 right? Color correction, adding filters, adding like color grading and everything. It's so magical. It's so magical, adding like artificial lens flare and such like that. Like it is so magical. It's a great way to visualize like how you would perceive like your own imaginary film, and not to mention like the amazingly well edited transitions. Like that's one thing that I just realized right now is like how much this film focuses on Gene's editing towards the end and how well done the actual film is edited. Like there's plenty of moments, there's plenty of times where I went, wow, that was great in terms of like the transitions, how creative and unique it is, how snappy and how like not over the top, but also like whoa feeling that I got. And I said it multiple times that it feels like a Satoshi Kon film, right? Satoshi Kon, if you don't know, amazing, incredible director. Created Paprika, Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and I just mentioned in the beginning of like the video, Tokyo Godfathers. Like, he has this own style of directing film where he has mastered transitions, right? From going from scene to scene, and all of his transitions has meaning behind them. And I felt the same way with this film as well. Crazy, I have not seen or felt this way before since I've seen a Satoshi Kon film. It is so well done. And the film itself, speaking of like the quality of the film, I find it ironic that the film has this like corny feel to it. Like I said, right? This film is like very wholesome, very very happy, right? It has a very happy ending, right? There's no moments in the film where it's like really, really dark or really sad. Like even during the sad moments, it's still pretty bright and colorful. Like I don't want to say it's campy, but it feels like it's trying to be campy, and it's so ironic considering Gene sees Pompo's film as like B movies. I like that. I like that a lot. Like, this film is great, but it definitely has this campy B-movie feel to it in a very good way. At least in terms of, like, the vibe. Presentation-wise, it is incredible. But in terms of, like, the vibe that the movie brings, trying to find the words to explain it, but I can't really find words. But yeah, the vibes of the film definitely feels like a campy B-movie that is, like, a feel-good B-movie. In a good way, obviously. It's when this film is basically when a really talented director wanted to make a satire of film and basically tone down like the seriousness into something that is more sweet, wholesome, and happy. I don't know how to describe it, but that's like how I'm feeling right now. I don't know if you guys felt it the same way, but like if you compare Pompo the Cinéphile to other like films, you know, like it's serious, but it's not taking itself seriously. But it is at the same time. It's this great balance between actual like great messages in terms of like filmmaking and film techniques and film history and film trivia, while also poking fun at them at the same time. And talking about the characters, right? Like I was saying before, right? This story is about Gene and him trying to find like this perfect balance between creating this film that he always wanted and creating a film that is like realistic and plausible to create and produce, right? And learning a lot about like the sacrifices that he has to make. And I love how we are pairing Gene with Natalie in terms of like their journey. Gene is still like the main character and the main focus of the film, but Natalie's presence is also a great parallel for Gene. Like the film itself is already like done a fantastic job at telling you, hey, these characters are parallel towards one another, right? We have to actually go back and rewind time and see like beat by beat the same routine that these characters are living, right? And it's also great because like again, towards the end of the film, Natalie also realizes that she has to make sacrifices, right? Gene is about to delete their very first shot of her, right? He thinks it's not worth it in the final film. He thinks that it is unnecessary. As much as he wants to keep that moment, that shot, that scene, he has to delete it for time's sake. Natalie being beside Gene, right, looking at it, Like she was sad, right? At first, she was sad. Like, that's my first scene. I really love that scene. And then the film showing like more and more of those scenes that we have spent a lot of time with at the start of the film, right? So we have grown attached to these scenes. We understand the significance of those scenes, right? And seeing them getting deleted triggers an emotional response from us, the audience, and also for Natalie, especially as the actress behind that shot. But she learns to let go. She says, Jean, I trust you. Do what you will. And I like that. It showcases how this person, this character, trusts Jean, right? And it's not just that, but it's also showcasing like how much the crew, the cast and crew, fully letting the director create his own vision, right? And that's like one thing that right now isn't really all that prevalent in Hollywood, especially, you know, all of the box office, like all of the summer blockbusters, for example, right? Most of it is just pure studio involvement. Like, the directors, they don't really have too much of a say in it, and that's like unfortunate. Like, I look at like the Marvel movies, for example, Marvel, DC, and all other current blockbusters like Star Wars, even the shirt that I'm wearing right now. Like, it's kind of sad if I'm being honest, because if you look at like the behind the scenes stuff and like the background, the portfolio of like these directors, like these are all talented directors, and they are hired, right? They are hired to create these films, but they can't ultimately showcase their vision because it's ultimately not their vision, it's the studio's vision, right? When it comes to Marvel, for example, it's not Taika Waititi's vision, it's not Sam Raimi's vision, for example, with like the current Phase 4 films, for example. These are films that are already they were already created by the executives and the studios, right? This is the plan. This is the structure. This is what needs to happen. This is what has to happen. These are things that you should not do. These are things that you have to do. And you have to include this and this and this character because we need to establish these characters here so we can make their origins in the next film and whatever. Like, there's so many rules, right? And a director they don't have full control. As much as they say that, yeah, we have full control and whatever, like they don't really. They don't. And it shows. Yeah. And it becomes way more evident because if you watch their own individual movies where they're not tied to like a big studio involvement, like they're making their own films, it is incredible. Like it shows like how much talent those directors has. And it's sad because you see what they do for like a high budget studio production, and it just doesn't have that same, it doesn't have that heart, it doesn't have that soul in it. The absolute state of Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to watch like great films, like go watch some indie films, like they're just better. Maybe I'm being pretentious, but it is what it is. Not that I'm hating the Marvel movies or whatever, I just felt like current Marvel movies aren't as great as they used to be. Like, they don't have that same level of flair that they used to have, which is kind of a shame. Speaking of movies, right? Pompo's whole spiel of like movies should not be long and they need to be 90 minutes. Can't say I agree with her, but I can understand her. I love movies that are long. But I also think movies are long simply because the director wants it to be long and they don't want to, like I said, like what Jean is struggling, right? They don't want to get rid of all of these excess footage and scenes. I love long films. Again, like some of my favorite films are like 2.5, 3 hours long epics. But at the same time, there is a beauty in films that are only 90 minutes. Like, they tell a very solid and concise plot that is like tight and straight to the point. You know what I mean? And that's basically Pompo the Cinéphile. That's basically it. Like, this film has no time to stop. Like, it's full steam ahead from beginning to end. And I feel like the film's pacing is like well done. Like, I don't find any moments that drag. I don't find any moments that were too quick. Well, my only problem is Alan. I think Alan's a bit too tacked on in the film. Like, he's only there to save their asses from like money. Like, I feel like I would want to see Alan's interaction with Pompo a lot more, especially in the past, so I can better resonate with him in the present. And that's like my only major complaint about the film. Like Alan is the only character that I'm like, yeah, okay, you're here so you can give the money. that's basically it. But it's also, again, like because they're showcasing like the difference between Alan and Jean, right? Because Alan is somebody who doesn't know his dreams. He doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up. He's just going with the flow and eventually becomes like your normal, salary man, your banker, right? Whereas Jean is somebody who is chasing his dreams, right? He is chasing it, but I would say like for the longest time he has not really achieved that dream until today. Whereas with Alan, it is the complete polar opposite. Alan has sort of achieved a job, right? Not a dream job, but a job nonetheless. And he's about to either get fired or he's about to quit. At the same time, Jean is getting his breakthrough, and I find that really fascinating, and it's like a great contrast between the two mindset of like people still wanting to chase their dreams and people who never had dreams to begin with. And I find it really, I would say, inspirational when Jean, the person who is chasing dreams, has inspired Alan, somebody who doesn't have a dream until today, right? Until the moment he sees Jean, he sees what Jean has become. He realizes that he is a person that has been chasing his goal, his dreams, ever since he was small, right? Ever since he was young. And seeing that he has achieved that dream gives inspiration for Alan, right? I like that. Again, like, it's corny, it's cheesy, but I love it. It's a very wholesome film, and that's like the angle that this film is trying to achieve in terms of like its story and its overall mood and atmosphere. It's fun. It's fun. Movies don't have to be serious and dramatic and over the top and, like dark and moody. No, sometimes a film just has to be like colorful and fun, and ultimately makes for a very fun and light-hearted adventure. This film is great. I love it. It resonated with me, and hopefully it resonated with you as well. That's pretty much it for my review / discussion for Pompo the Cinéphile. I know there's probably a lot more that I can actually talk and discuss, but I'm gonna keep it short. Just like how Pompo says, I don't want to overbloat it. I don't want to make it long. This video itself is already 2 hours long, plus the movie. Yeah. If you enjoyed my reaction and my discussion, and you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you all think. If there's any other movie that you want me to see, let me know as well. And hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful holiday. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.